There are copies of the agenda available at the back of the chambers as well at the recorder's desk. Could we start with approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Any comments or questions, changes? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have an agenda. Next up, approval of the minutes from the special meeting of December 20th, as well as the regular meeting of December 20th.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes for the special meeting of December 20th and the regular meeting of December 20th, 2016.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are,
Mr. Mayor, I'm gonna abstain since I wasn't in committee.
okay.
By few abstentions.
I should mention that Commissioner Jenks is not with us this evening, but his absence is excused. Communications, I don't think we have any, so. We do have our county commissioner with us this evening, though.
Good evening, everybody. Happy New Year. Tomorrow, I am officially getting sworn in for my 8th county commission term.
Wow.
And, yeah, wow. And I welcome anybody that would like to attend. It's at 5:30 p.m. at the Board of Commissioners Auditorium. It's a very formal meeting and, you know, the Sheriff's Honor Guard and so forth. And I want to thank everybody for supporting me, and I look forward to serving for the next 2 years. Things going on. So I would welcome an opportunity to hear from residents about the Detroit Institute of Arts, their community involvement. When we approved the ballot language and worked on the contract, we mandated that each county get X amount of dollars directly into community programs. And so we have senior programs where they take a bus to the DIA. There's been programming at some of the different fairs, such as Arts Beats and Eats. There's this mobile trailer called DIA Away. And I welcome thoughts and comments looking at the expenditures, because they're looking at that. So I would love to hear from residents if you have any thoughts. Regarding Oakland County Parks, so in 2018, there will be another millage for the Oakland County Parks. So this is another one of those areas that I welcome comments from different residents. Are you happy with the parks in our area? Do you think they could be doing things differently? I know that I heard from one of our residents, several residents, about having an Oakland County dog park that's nearby. And the one that is in near Red Oaks is really sort of a dog park and really not. It's really a parking lot. And we've been trying to advocate for that and more visibility on this end of town. So I would welcome thoughts on that. Through SEMCOG, and Commissioner Jenks isn't here, but the state of Michigan has this website called fixmystate.org, and it's to report infrastructure issues. And so if you have potholes, things coming up, SEMCOG's actually asking you to take photos and text them to them as a resident community. And that would be Layton at SEMCOG, Layton, or you can go directly to fixmystate.org. But again, they're trying to get real stories of infrastructure, things going on throughout our state to support the infrastructure fund. So I think we need to be speaking up. There are some changes going on at the Area Agency on Aging 1B. I am the commissioner appointee to that. You're working on senior program. There was a meeting, a special meeting called on January 3rd, 2017. I was notified about the meeting, but then on December 30th, I was notified that I could not attend because my commission term ended December 31st, 2017. And so I strongly urge them to postpone the meeting, and their legal advisor and the board operating executive committee chose to go forward. So Oakland County is not happy that there was a meeting without representation at the table, and there's going to be a resolution introduced tomorrow and rules suspended, letting area agency know that we're not happy because you are providing services to our residents. We need to have a voice at the table. So it was an unfortunate set of circumstances. We've investigated it legally. So in any case, we're going to be speaking out about that. I welcome thoughts, comments, questions from residents. I'm here to serve you, and I do hear from people about concerns, and I welcome them. Best way to find me is you can find me on the Oakland County website, which is oakgov.com. It'll lead you into my email, my cell phone, and so forth. So I look forward to working with all of you. Questions for me?
Thank you very much for coming.
Wow.
Thanks.
Public participation. Now is the time of the agenda when we have the public come forward. If you have anything, please come forward to the microphone and state your name and address. Seeing none, we'll close public participation. There'll be another opportunity for public participation as it relates to an agenda item at that time when we bring up the agenda item. Our first item of business is a presentation, and we have Dina Collins here with us tonight to bring us up to date on the activities of the teen council. So thank you very much for coming in and keeping us informed.
Yes, no problem. So I'm Adina. I am the liaison to the City Commission and Enhancements, which is my official title on the board. But so Teen Council, we meet every other Thursday of the month. And we are just a group of teens in the community who are passionate about community service, volunteering. We create our own programming and volunteer for other recreation activities. We have, the meetings we've had this year have been very well attended. We have in my 6 years of being a part of the council, this is one of the most enthusiastic years of teens, and great participation at the meetings. We have had our Halloween themed meeting, which went wonderfully, and we had games afterward and themed snacks and lights and all this good stuff. We had our Halloween themed meeting and our ugly sweater holiday meeting, which was wonderful, and there were some great Halloween costumes and ugly sweaters, which were great, and as well as being productive and doing our meeting as normal, but with the holiday cheer. So basically we, as a council, we discuss all of the upcoming teen events, we discuss upcoming volunteer opportunities, and one of the best parts of the meetings are we share prouds, which are basically from kids getting their braces off to just having a really hard test that you did well on. We just share those and give positive feedback to each other and really encourage each other to do well, and it's just such a positive environment. We also talk about announcements for the community and school, and just talk about what school events or plays or anything related to sports events at the high school. So we make sure that we're all up to date on all of the things in our community during those times. We, as a council, have donated money to the Michigan Victory Games and Pledge Detroit, and we are planning on another donation for this coming semester but we don't have one pinned down as of yet. We have maybe 4 or 5 options still floating around. In terms of our community service projects, for the holidays, we made blankets for the Children's Hospital, which was a great event. We had music, and everyone had a blanket all over the rec center floor, and it was a really fun time. And then kids at the hospital got blankets, which was a huge success and a great event that I had a lot of fun at. We also are having a restaurant fundraiser, which has been, we did Noodles and Company last year, which was a good, was a great fundraiser. We had a lot of success, and we thought it would be good to do it again for raising money for future projects. And we were looking at Lay's Pizza, but we're still trying to get that pinned down. But if not, Noodles and Company has been wonderful to us, so that will happen. In terms of youth programming, in the fall, we as a council participate in the Michigan Youth Symposium, which is multiple councils from around the lower East Michigan area. We all get together for a weekend and do team building activities. This year we did the theme was back to basics, so it was at the Wildwood Ranch in Howell, so it was very rural and fun and wintry, and we did team building. We did personality, kind of understanding that different people have different personalities and how to work best as a group and as an individual, and learn your own kind of way that you participate in groups, and just have a lot of fun because we meet kids from different councils. So the Detroit Council, I know, I actually didn't have the chance to go this year, but I participated in the Youth Symposium last year, and it was wonderful. There are just so many awesome opportunities that weekend presents to us, and we had a great time this year. In terms of upcoming fundraising / community service projects, we are looking at the Detroit Dog Rescue for being our new community service. We're gonna have a donation box for pet supplies. I don't know if it's specifically just dogs, but definitely pet food and leashes and all that other stuff. So that is in the future, and yeah, so I think that's all. We have had a great year. Yeah, we've had a great year, and we would absolutely love it if any of you would like to attend one of our meetings. Again, they're the first and third Thursdays, unless there is a holiday or a school break. And our schedule, I can give it to you now if you would like, but we also have an Instagram, which is really cool. We're trying to get ahead of the times with the social media aspect of it, but our upcoming meetings are February 2nd, March 2nd, March 16th, and April 20th, which is when we will have our next elections. So I think that is it for me. Any questions?
Mr. Mayor, I attended your fundraiser at Noodles and Company last time, and so definitely when you do set up your new one, make sure you send out the notice again like you did.
Okay.
If I can make it there, I'll definitely be there.
For sure. I'm so glad you guys make it.
All right, well, thank you very much for updating us,
Yes,
and thank
no
you very
problem.
much for all the great work you do in the community.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a good night.
First item of business is a matter of considering a grant request to the Community Foundation of Southeast Michigan to be used for the renovation of Scotia Park.
Mary has identified a potential source for a grant, the Community Foundation for Southeast Michigan Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Legacy Funds. One of the preconditions of the grant request is that it needs approval from the City Commission that you are in favor of applying for the grant. So I have a resolution for you for your consideration, and Mary is here if you have any questions, but the proceeds would go toward renovation of Scotia Park.
Mr. Mayor, I'll move that the Huntington Woods City Commission approve the submission of a grant request to the Community Foundation for Southeast Michigan Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Legacy Fund in the amount of $50,000 for the renovation of Scotia Park.
I'll second that.
Anytime anybody wants to give us 50 grand, I'll third it.
We don't have it yet.
I'll third the thought of it. How's that?
I like that.
Turn Robert's Rules of Order right on its head.
Yes.
Counselor.
Any public comment? All right, any other comments on the commission?
Mr. Mayor, just, I'm wondering if we could just kind of break down how this would fit into sort of the necessary funding. I know that, there was some city funds allocated and some men's club dollars allocated, so how much of the gap would this fill?
Well, this would fill a large part of it. We're looking at perhaps a total of about 230, 231 at this point for the cost. And Men's Club is also going to be working their auction this year, so it should put us right where we need to be to
Okay.
cover costs.
Great, thank you.
The men's club actually did approve at their last general membership
Okay.
meeting a $40,000 contribution towards the park. So
There you
So give them what they need.
Not quite.
It's getting close.
Mhm.
So we'll see what the grant funding does.
go. Right, we're also starting, putting out there a community campaign where we're trying to get pledges. We actually already have a couple thousand from residents that have donated money too. So we'll be putting a big signboard up at Scotia Park, kind of with a thermometer as we get higher. We have donation envelopes, and we're hoping to put the donation envelopes in upcoming water bills.
Is there going to be any opportunity for like bricks and the other kinds of things that have been done on,
Yeah, like amenities, like benches, tables. There will be opportunity, yeah.
I'd say it sounds pretty good, pretty
Mhm.
close.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 2 is our mid-year budget adjustment.
We're halfway through the fiscal year, so Tony has prepared budget amendments for the general fund, major road fund, and also the capital improvement fund. Adjustments to both revenues and expenditures in order to keep the budget balanced.
Do you have a motion to accept the budget amendment?
So moved.
Second?
Any public comments? Any questions or comments from the city commission? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. The next agenda item is the NLC National League of Cities meeting authorization. Actually, I think by understanding, if a city commissioner is allowed to make one out-of-state trip per year, and none of the commissioners have made a trip yet out of state. And I know Commissioner Jenks, who is not with us this evening, would like to attend the National League of Cities Congressional Cities Conference in Washington, D.C. on March 12th through the 15th. And we also, because we are members of NLC, and if we register to attend prior to the end of the month, we do get a discounted rate on the convention. So if there are any other commissioners interested in attending, please let the city manager know in the next week and a half or so, and we can make those arrangements.
Now, Mr. Mayor, my intention is to attend this conference. I've attended 2 in the past, and it's really it's sort of like an idea factory for people involved in city government. It's mostly cities, council people, city commissioners, and mayors. You could be sitting in a room filled with people, including the mayor of Philadelphia, to the gentleman who was the past president of the organization, who was from the smallest town in Indiana. I'm sure it had a name, it might have had a number, but it's really it's a very valuable exercise for people involved in city government because it provides, there's so many different ways they approach educational issues, not just not just mundane thing, but out of the box thinking on a lot of big topics, and we have plenty of big topics going on around here these days. So my intention at this time is to attend, and it's really very worthwhile. It's a lot of work. You do all the things they have. It's a morning till night type of thing if you want to do it, but it's very interesting to interact with people from sitting at a table with somebody who's the mayor of Gary, Indiana, and this one's the mayor of this and the mayor of that. And what you find out is, I said to somebody one time when I was there, I said, well, I'm just commissioner from Huntington Woods, and he said, well, same problems, just different size, that's all. Same issues, just different size. So, very interesting and very, very worthwhile, not a waste of time in any way, shape, or form.
Not at all. And there's a lot of simultaneously meetings being held on different subjects, so it's important for as many of us as possible to go, because we do learn a lot of information with these. So.
Mr. Mayor, I'm gonna check my schedule and see if I can attend. I think, for all the reasons that Commissioner Olsman outlined, and plus as we look at the congressional leaders that will be in attendance, and as we look at these infrastructure issues that we all face, and conveying to those on Capitol Hill about the critical state that a lot of the cities across this country find their infrastructure and the need for dollars. I think that there's a lot of benefit to learning and conveying the message that Huntington Woods, along with those of us around the state, face with our infrastructure. So I'll check my schedule, and I will let the city manager know if I'm able to attend.
Okay. And we normally, when we're there in Washington D.C., set up appointments with our U.S. Rep. Sandy Levin and our 2 senators. So we as a group can go and meet with them. So I'm also planning on attending, so I think we'll be very well represented in Washington D.C. this year, which is good.
Well, I might just have to check my.
All right.
You would find it well worth your time.
Yes, I absolutely would love to go. I will have to.
Well worth your time.
Gonna have to rent a bus or something.
Surprised at how well.
I thought we could just
Commissioner
pile in
Olson's
your minivan.
driving.
Hey, that's it, that's right, we got the dots on it,
Mr.
so
Olson's
we
not
see,
driving to Washington D.C.
we see from space.
Okay. Reports and minutes. We have the library. We have one report from the Library Advisory Board.
Do we need a resolution to attend the NLC?
Not for the first time, only if,
Only if it was a second out-of-state travel
Okay.
in a budget year, is the way I understand it.
Right.
Yep.
Mr. Mayor, I'll move we receive and file the reports and minutes.
Second.
Any public comment? Any questions or comments at the commission table? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The reports are received and filed. Warrant number 320, can I have a motion to accept warrant subject to full audit?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions from the public? Any comments or questions from the commission? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. City
I
manager's
just have
report.
one item, as we discussed, the men's club auction is coming up, and if you have an item that you'd like to donate in order to make the auction more successful, forms are available here at City Hall, the library, and the men's club website, which is hwmc.org.
ORG, right.
That's all.
Thank you. Are there any questions of the city manager? Commissioners' remarks. Commissioner Rozell?
Mr. Mayor, no comments. Thank you.
Commissioner Iverson?
Wow.
No comments.
Okay. Seeing, I'll join in on that. And when's our next city commission meeting? Do we meet In 2 weeks.
We don't meet again in
We
January,
do not meet again in January,
February 14th.
Okay.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
no?
Day.
And we'll see everyone again on
What a
February
romantic
14th.
encounter that will be.
Okay, I'll now adjourn the regular city commission meeting of January 10th.
Record
Thank you
time,
very
I
much.
believe, Mr. Mayor. 21 minutes or 26 minutes. Pretty good.